How's it going, people? Welcome back to AFTV. We're here for the warm-up to the West Brom game. I'm with James and Cecil. Thank you, James and Cecil. This has been the warm-up for the West Brom game. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Leave your thoughts and comments below, because I don't really know what to talk about. I'll be honest with you guys. James, Cecil, can you help me out? Can you help me out?
James can, I think, today. I mean,
I'm really scraping the bottom of the jar for content here. Yeah. This is really like that, like knife in the Marmite jar.
It sounds like our summer transfer windows, if I'm honest.
Probably.
We're home.
That's true.
On Sunday.
Can we still call it home?
Nope. We're in rented apartment. We're in rented
accommodation.
Accommodation, yeah.
Airbnb, yeah. Fucking hell.
This Sunday, 7 o'clock kickoff.
Let's give a bit of context to this game. Why not? We may as well do something.
Well, Arteta thinks there's still, he makes it seem like he thinks there's still something to play for in this league.
Let's not.
Yeah.
Let's not.
Right, let's look at the league table. We may as well. What do we see in it?
Oh, we're ninth. We're in the top half, though. I didn't know that.
Look at the enthusiasm.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that, though. I actually didn't know that.
Look at the, wow. I'm glad you're excited for this game.
Come on.
Right, what do we know?
We know we're 31 points off top. That's what I know from looking at this right now.
It's only 31. Wow.
That's quite a lot. That's a lot.
Trust the process.
Yep.
Sorry, I really need to stop. Now, let's try and look at this as seriously as possible. We're on 49 points. Who's chasing us? Villa, they've got a game in hand. Leeds, Wolves, I think we're pretty clear off, 7 points clear. And who are we potentially chasing? Everton, the only team I really see us catching. We're not going to catch Liverpool. I think Liverpool will pick up a few wins. And again, 7 points off Spurs. What was it like the other week? We were 2 points off them. Then they're having a terrible season. Are we 7 points off Spurs? They're not very good. No, what does that say about us?
Oh, we're terrible.
We are terrible. I think they're terrible, but we're worse. Do you know what? Actually, they're not. They've got Bale who can like bail them out. That wasn't even
meant to be a pun, but
it wasn't. It's just true.
They've got quality players that want to win.
That's it. That's actually, you're right. That's exactly what it is. So here I am. I'm looking at the table. What can we achieve? Well, we can achieve more wins than losses.
You're just like, look at the table, what can we achieve?
Good.
Something I want to ask, James, if you can clarify for me, yeah?
Yeah.
So, top 4 is Champions League. 5th and 6th is Europa League, right?
As far as I'm aware, yeah.
Is that 5th and 6th because the FA Cup finalists are Chelsea, Leicester, or is that 5th and 6th normal?
I'm not going to lie. I know I'm the guy at AFTV who's meant to know this kind of stuff.
It's quite confusing though, because even I'm...
Top 4 Champions League. I think it's 5th and 6th Europa League.
There's a
but I think
it's
it's
conference.
7th it's conference,
yeah,
but
it goes to 8th if...
It's something to do with if a team... So I think if a team that wins the FA Cup is a winner who didn't qualify for the Europa League, then it moves down a space.
Something like that. Because Chelsea and Leicester...
Please let us know in the comments.
FA Cup finals, Chelsea and Leicester, right? That shows how much interest I've had in this season.
Yeah.
If Chelsea and Leicester finish in the Champions League position in the table, and obviously one of them win the FA Cup, I believe that Europa League place from the FA Cup goes down to 7th, which pushes the Conference League to 8th.
That is probably
so potentially, if we was to, like you said, catch Everton, would be in the Conference League.
The Conference European League.
Yeah, whatever they call it.
I don't know what they call it. So who goes in that? Who's seen it?
Listen, if it's the 8th place team in England, God knows who goes in it from other countries, but...
Hit that, we don't win that.
Listen.
No, don't. No, we can't do this. We can't talk about debate that.
And it's on Thursdays as well, so everyone knows. That tournament will also be on a Thursday. I don't know how it's going to play out.
Who plays in that? Why have I not seen that?
Obviously,
Does it get televised?
It might be lunchtime Thursday kickoffs, imagine.
Can you? Yeah, right. Sorry, I was looking. That's a good point. When is it being played?
When does it get? Who airs that? I've never seen it.
Thursday lunchtime.
I really hope, because when it first got announced, I forgot when it was. It was some point this season. I remember I was on a stream and someone said it in my chat, and I said, "Is this true?" And I went on my phone, I searched. It was true, and I said, "Knowing Arsenal and Tottenham, it'll be one of us to be the first team in that tournament."
100%. Yeah.
And that Tottenham look like they're still in and around that.
Dad, we tried to join a Super League, bruv. What is going on?
Super to conference. Yeah. Flicker the switch. James, try to pull it out the bag, James.
Right,
what are we gonna?
Right. What can we do?
What can we do?
We can end on 18 wins.
Woo!
Yeah. We can end on 61 points.
Woo!
Funny enough, that would be 2 points off what got third last season. Just interesting.
Yeah, it's been a poor season overall.
It'll probably still only get you
and I think that's quite
ninth. But
that's more damning on Arteta, I believe, because the rest of the league has dropped off in quality.
I think that's the big point here. When you look at these tallies, right, Everton, who are they in the hunt for top 4? I guess if they win their game in hand. They've still lost 11 games. So I don't want any revisionism when people are saying, why did we get Arteta when we could have got Ancelotti? Listen, Ancelotti's not pulling up trees at Everton and they spent a lot of money. They're doing better than us, yes, I know, okay, but still.
James is preparing for the comments.
Liverpool had an appalling season. Spurs have lost 10 games. You know, there's West Ham, who were in a fight for top 4, have lost 10. This is not, let's be real, no one outside of City, and do you know what, I want to put United in there. Is having a great season. I'd say United are, in fairness, not a great season, but second to City, I think they can.
That's
be very
what worries
happy
me
with that.
about
And
next
Europa
season.
League final. Yeah.
That's what worries me about next season, because I don't expect the league to be as poor as it was this season, next season. And if we couldn't even take advantage of a poor league this season, even if we make improvements this summer, we know teams like Chelsea will be better. We know teams like United will be better. We know teams like Liverpool will be better. We know Tottenham will try and be better. We know Everton will try and be better.
Leicester will be better.
The thing is, we're relying on Villa, you know, to not win their game in hand, to be ninth.
Do you think we can beat the position that we had last season?
What, 8th?
Yeah.
I don't.
No, I don't.
Well, we're not going to.
Who are we overtaking?
We can't beat it, that's for sure, because we got a game extra played over Liverpool, and they're already 5 points ahead of us.
I just feel like Arteta might, if he's still in the job, going to be like, well, that could be one of the things he can pull on. Like, well, we've got.
I'm gonna put on his CV. I took Arsenal from 8th to 7th in 12 months.
I don't know, bro.
You gotta laugh.
I don't
People
know,
asked me
man.
yesterday in my interview, why I started laughing a couple of times. Because during the interview with Robbie, I started laughing a couple of times because it's either I laugh or I just burst out crying, and I think will find it a lot weirder if I just start crying opposite Robbie and just
in the corner, just crying.
To be fair, when we watched the game against Villarreal when we got knocked out, Turkish, so everyone knows, was silent for the second. Didn't say a word. There was loads of conversation going on downstairs. I was all watching it. I literally, every time I looked over to Turkish, he just sat there like this. For the whole, I thought you were gonna smash something or break down, but then nothing was said. You just
It's just have to contain my emotions sometimes, because I did predict the draw. I did predict the draw, so I set myself up for one of the worst possible scenarios. And I think that helps me come to terms with one of the worst possible scenarios which we witnessed yesterday.
Yeah, when you're sort of almost mentally preparing and accepting
I'm
it.
trying to be happily surprised, not disappointed again.
Wow, I get
well
that.
said.
We're playing West Brom,
Yep.
who've had a pretty abysmal campaign themselves. 5 wins, 11 draws, 18 defeats, minus 34 goal difference. What's our goal difference? None. We've got a positive goal difference. Wow.
Minus 34.
Listen,
Big Sam.
West Brom, they're pretty much down and out, 10 points off Newcastle. But with 12 points up for grabs, I think they'll just be trying to fight for anything. And because this is the 35th game, not the 37th or 38th, where it's done and dusted, I think they will still come and put up a real fight. And also, Sam Allardyce, he just loves doing a job on Arsenal, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I think he'll just relish wanting to put the nail in the coffin, especially after we beat them 4-0.
Why am I worried?
At Christmas.
Why am I worried? I actually am worried for this. What is going on?
No, listen, I'm not confident we'll win, but I'm
Who's
not
our last
worried,
four off the top of our head? I know
Chelsea.
Brighton's our last game.
Chelsea next
So we've
week,
got
Wednesday.
West Brom, Chelsea, someone else, then Brighton, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I'm just asking just to keep conversation flowing, because I don't give a shit who we got, I'll be honest.
Oh my word. Who is it? I fully forgot who it is. Palace.
Palace, there we go.
Palace away.
Yeah. It feels like we got Palace and Brighton at the end of the last 3 seasons, ever since Emery
Yeah, we
slipped up
always,
there.
we always
at
seem
the
to
end.
end with them.
Yeah.
Well, we can't slip up this year.
All right.
Yeah, so West Brom, what do we know about them?
I've got a danger man for them.
You do?
Come up on the screen right now. Pereira.
Yeah, good player.
Yeah, I like him. That's it, really.
I wanna-
9 goals, 5 assists. 9 goals, 5 assists. For me, he's someone we've got to be aware of, but we shouldn't be worried about any player at West Brom, in my honest opinion. But with this Arsenal team this season...
Yeah, Pereira's been a standout for sure.
Yeah.
They went to the bridge and put 5 past Chelsea.
True.
Now, when they turn up, West Brom, they're a decent outfit. I think the problem is it just started a bit too late for them. The Allardyce effect, I think, actually has happened. It's just come into effect too late.
And they're the only ones to embarrass Chelsea so far in Tuchel's reign.
That's a very good point. Actually, that's a really good point.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
It's, I've seen us, I don't know if we've been linked to Pereira, but I've seen a bit of, I don't know, just social media sort of, why don't we look at this guy? Do you think it's about time? I know this isn't even warming up for West Brom, but I think it's warming up for the next couple of months. Do you think it's about time Arsenal start moving away from buying players from clubs that maybe they didn't make it there or whatever, and start looking at picking up the best from teams that are supposedly, in quotation marks, lower than us? Yeah.
Of course, there's small changes we can make to our transfer policy that would pay a lot of dividends.
Yeah.
You make a good point there, 100%. And also, on the point of our approach, I look at Willian and I look at Louise. They was brought in for experience. Mm-hmm. I understand what they was brought in for. Mm-hmm. But Willian and Louise, they had the experience, but did they have the name? In a sense where I look at Thiago Silva, there's no one that can talk down to Thiago Silva on the pitch, whereas Luiz has been talked down to on the pitch before because he's been prone to make mistakes here and there.
I get what you're saying.
I look at, who else? Cavani is another one, for example. You compare Cavani to a Willian. Cavani is a boss.
Yeah, you can't talk to him.
Yeah, you can't chat shit to him. He's been through it, done it, and he's coming in and you either get with it or that's it. Willian is, again, similar. It's just an experienced player, but not the experience that we need to lead the rest of the team.
Yeah, like Ibrahimovic, you couldn't talk down to him. No one could talk down to him.
I think of all the kind of ageing players we've signed, I think David Luiz has been one of the better ones.
Agreed.
But I completely take your point. It's this idea of players coming on their decline. It's also the fact, it's signing players. I love Thomas Partey, and I'm not trying to do this whole sort of after the fact, because let's face it, he's not been at the level we want this year.
He was terrible against Villarreal.
I always try to deny this, but people say, why did Arsenal get him? Why was no one else in for him? Listen, I think Partey is a world-class midfielder on his day, and I think he was for Atletico Madrid, so I don't want to sort of rewrite Thomas Partey or anything. But, it's kind of also like a valid question, whereas you don't get those questions when you're looking at Basuma. When people go, why did Arsenal get him? Well, obviously, because despite where we are, it's a step up for him. Brighton fans might disagree with that, but what was there? There's only 5 places in
checking who we are.
Well, Brighton, maybe it's time for a new transfer policy. Maybe it's time to start looking at, okay, let's look at the bottom half. You've got Leeds down to Sheffield United. Listen, there's some good players in those 10 teams. Let's be real. Rafinha at Leeds is a very good player. Mm-hmm. Pedro Neto. Neves at Wolves, very good players. Wilfried Zaha. Trossard at Brighton I like. Basuma I like. Southampton, you've got Danny Ings. Burnley, Tarkowski maybe. Newcastle, Joe Willock, he looks good. Should we pick him up? There's decent players.
Fulham, Anguissa.
Absolutely. West Brom, Pereira they talk about. Sheffield United, Sander Berge.
Yeah.
Well, we can do with McGoldrick right now because we're lacking goals at the moment.
We're lacking everything at the moment.
That's my point. Maybe we need a change of transfer policy.
Oh, we do.
And this is an opportunity now. In all jokes aside, we'll do our starting 11s in a sec. I dread to think what to put out. This is an opportunity now against West Brom for Arteta to give some minutes to other players, put a bit of time into the players that he sees as part of our future. Don't play Willian. And actually, I'm going to say this. Sorry.
No, go on.
Lacazette isn't signing a new deal, or you're planning he's planning on leaving. Don't play him.
Yeah.
And that's not. But I actually think Lacazette's given his all this season. Yeah. I actually really do. I think he's really done his best. He's our top scorer. I think he's tried. The team around him. We talk about lacking creativity. What must that be like for Aubameyang and Lacazette? But if he's on his way, don't play him. If Nketiah's on his way, don't play him. If Ceballos is not, well, we know he's not signed. Don't play him.
Yeah.
Bellerin, don't play him. Use this as an opportunity to give minutes to those who you think have a future. Let's face it, Arteta's starting next season, so at least give the minutes to the players who are also going to be starting it with you.
Yeah, I was going to say, back a long time ago, when I did play, this is where you can look at the team, when we watch the games going ahead, the last games of the season, watch the players and how they play and how much they care for the club, you'll be able to evidently see it. I remember being at a club and we was out of every cup competition. It was the last 5 games, and the talk around the changing room was they're planning their next move. They're speaking with their agent. They're trying to set up a new deal. They don't care about the club. They don't care about and it sounds harsh, but that's what happens.
There's no loyalty in football no more.
Exactly. They're looking at their like I said, their next move. So, and you will be able to see that when they play. That's the only thing about these games I'll be keeping a close eye on is how are you going to react. I expect it from the youngsters. I expect to see the fight and determination. But some players like the Williams or the experienced players, David Luiz's, his career's probably coming towards an end. But like those players, how much do you still care for the club? Does this mean something to you? And that's what you want to see. And like you said, the players that we know are kind of going somewhere else or have talks of it, don't play them. Yeah, they don't care.
Now is the time to tell players you're out.
Yeah.
Like, just get ready.
Yeah.
There's a few weeks left.
And they know that as well. They know that in themselves.
Because we've got Euros as well this summer, and you know, international tournaments can kind of take clubs' attention off of the transfer market because they want to see who performs well, and you know, they want to let it ride injuries and so on. So I think right now we can utilise this time to try and find clubs or tell them to try and find clubs for themselves.
I'm so happy the Euros is on. So happy. Not only because I love tournament football, and I think with everything that's gone with the pandemic and everything, the country needs it. I think Europe and the world needs a bit of unity, a bit of countries coming together and playing some good old football. But mainly, I need other football to watch.
Yeah.
I need to... One thing I've lost this season, and actually I've made a really conscious effort the last few weeks to improve this, try to remember what it's like to love football, not just because I love Arsenal. And, you know, I was sitting down, I can't remember what game I was watching the other day. It's just Everton Villa. To be fair, that's quite a good game anyway. Normally I wouldn't sort of waste my Saturday night or whatever it was watching that, but I thought, you know what? Let's watch this. Some good players out there. Let's just enjoy it. And it was a good game of football. And I'm trying to just remember what it's like to not only enjoy, you know when they say I'm not watching the match of the day because Arsenal lost. I get that, but I need to look beyond that now. I need to just remember to enjoy the game for what it is as well.
Watch Man City.
Because you made a good point a couple of weeks ago where someone commented on it as well, and it was a very good quote. Do you remember what you said? Something about you're a fan, not a critic?
Yeah, I'm an Arsenal fan, not an Arsenal critic.
And I asked you on the show we did on Wednesday whether you see me as a fan or a critic. The reason I asked is because at times I feel like a critic.
Yeah.
And I feel like that because we haven't got enough honest pundits and honest critics in the media and these TV stations that have allowed Arsenal to get this far. If some fans don't start taking off, you know, the red tinted shades and start looking at the club for what they actually are, we're the only ones that can actually keep the standards high because everyone else has let them drop. Pundits, club legends, you know, it's mad from top to bottom.
Look, I'm first and foremost a fan. I said in my fan cam, I hate it, and mate, I don't want this to ever be tested, but Arsenal can drop lower. I'll still be there supporting. I'm an Arsenal fan, because one thing I do believe in sport is it's unacceptable. We should do everything to fight this bit, but clubs, teams, players, whoever it is, they go through bad moments, and that bad moment could be 10 years. That doesn't mean you just let it happen till it gets better. You've got to try fix it. My point is, it happens, right? Liverpool didn't win a title for 30 years, you know, and in that time, especially in the before Klopp, they had some really bad years, and they would have been saying very similar things. And look at them now. I mean, maybe not so much this season, but look at what they've done in those last 4 years. When Arsenal, when I say when, because I always remain hopeful, when Arsenal become a great side again, I'll be there to enjoy every minute of that. You know, I look at my dad, who's, you know, probably won't want me to say, he's in his 50s, and he's seen Arsenal at their lowest and at their absolute highest, winning a Premier League title without losing a game. And now it's low again, and there'll be another high. And so all I can hope for going into this game, because this is a warm-up show to West Brom, is that the players go out, or Arteta goes out in this game, gives the minutes to those who have a future, and tries to rebuild again. That's all I can hope for.
That's all we can hope. You know what's funny? I remembered yesterday, and I want to try find it, because in my first year of interviews with AFTV, I actually remember in a couple of them, when Robbie further delved into why I want Wenger out, and because I always used to say Wenger out, but the board is the bigger problem. We just need to remove the shield. And I always said that after Wenger goes, you'll see it all unravel. A manager will come in, it won't work out. We could drop as low as 10th. I've said this on an interview. I need to find it. That's why mentally I think I'm a lot more prepared for this, and I'm a lot calmer with it now.
Yeah, I hear that.
Because I knew there was problems with Wenger. I never put all the problems on Wenger. I just knew he protected them. I knew when he went, they will all slowly but surely unravel to a point where the fans can finally see it. And I feel like it's happened. So in terms of how I saw the next 3 years going 3 years ago, it's actually happened.
Yeah.
So I'm at a point where I'm actually happy that the fans are united, because that's what it's going to take. But I'm not surprised at where we're at, because it was all around the corner.
I'm with you there, Turkish. And if I'm honest, it's probably going to be even longer. I think we've still got many years for it before it really hits.
Maybe
it gets better. But it
could also change like that.
It could do.
That's
but
football.
I'm prepared for the next 3 years potentially of just still floating around mid-table or in the top 6.
I don't think Arsenal can afford that. I think we're very lucky that Thomas Partey still want to join, because you know it's a joy to play for Arsenal. The guy gave up Champions League football and a potential league title to play for Arsenal, because that's how big we are.
Yeah.
That's not going to last forever. So I do think they need to get this right. I was going to ask before we do 11s, do you guys feel a little bit like I don't know, like you've been put out of your misery? I do. I feel like all season it's been torturous, but I've always had hope. But there's still this round the corner, maybe still that. Now I'm just at the point I'm like, that's done. And actually deep down we knew it was done.
Yeah.
Even if we got to the final, we weren't beating United.
Honestly, I know. If we had gone and smashed Villarreal tomorrow and we're sitting here happier, I mean not tomorrow, I mean the other day.
Yeah.
I would have still thought United would beat us in the final.
Yeah.
So it would have been a laboured wait until that point and still hoping for the best. You know, we would have pulled it out of the bag essentially this year if we had won the Europa League.
No, it would have been a one-off game that we'd all be hopeful for, but we all deep down know it probably wasn't going to happen if we beat them in the final.
We never deserved it.
Exactly.
I know we never deserved the Europa League.
Yeah.
There were other teams, mainly United, who just breezed through the
and Villarreal as well.
The
two teams in the final actually deserved to be there.
Yeah, they breezed through their respected rounds, whereas we didn't.
I'm very hopeful for the future. This is going to sound quite, I don't know, eggy, I don't really know, but the selling of Arsenal is my priority. I hope he does sell, but bringing in Daniel comes in and the consortium, regardless of where we are in the league, that will make me feel, as an Arsenal fan, so warm. Having Pierre-Emerick back around, Bergkamp, I know they've been there, but actually being on the board, and they want to involve fans. There's words of it. They want to get them involved more. It will make it feel like our club again. I think I heard an ex-player say the soul's been taken out of Arsenal, and that's literally what it feels like. I just want it to go back to how it was. Even if it's, like I said, if the results aren't going to be proven the next season, at least I have a new owner, the people around, like Thierry, Bergkamp, Vieira, and us being closer to the club. It would make me so much more happier. Do you know what I mean? That's where I found the love for this game, was through Arsenal. Yeah. So, yeah, man.
Let's hope for the best.
Shall we?
Let's pull out some starting 11s. Let's pull out some.
Should we just do 11s and predictions? I'm just going to come straight out with it.
Go on.
Ryan in goal. Why not? Cedric at right back, because I think he's got something. I think he's got a role to play at this club. I think it's a disgrace he's not had a bigger role this season. Chambers and Gabriel at centre back. Tierney at left back. I wouldn't really push him, but if he's all right, then yeah. Partey and El Neni in midfield, because I think Partey will obviously be here next year, and El Neni I think has a role to play as a backup squad player maybe.
Yeah.
Gone for Nelson on the right. Not seen him in a while.
Yep.
Give him a run out. Why not? Smith Rowe in the 10. Martinelli on the left. I put here Aubameyang, but I'm going to change my mind. I want Balogun up front, so he gets the minutes. Actually, do I? Either or. I don't mind Aubameyang getting some game time and seeing if he can find a bit of form, because he'll be a part of it next year. Sorry, I want to stick with it. No, Aubameyang, but I want Balogun to come on. We have given Aubameyang another 2 years beyond this season.
Yeah.
So, let him play.
Okay, my thinking behind this team, everyone that didn't play against Villarreal, bringing them in. Matt Ryan in goal, Cedric right back, Luiz, probably injured, but oh well, he's in the squad. Gabriel next to him, Chambers at left back. Not been done, but why not? Put him in there.
Horrendous idea, but carry on.
El Neni in defensive midfield. We're playing 4-3-3, everyone, by the way. El Neni in defensive midfield. The two in front. Aziz isn't on the app, but Aziz on the left in front of El Neni. The Ceballos, I've got Ceballos in there, but you're making me think when you said players aren't going to be here next season, you shouldn't play. But anyway, he's in there. He's in there for now. Lacazette up top, Balogun and Nelson either side. Nelson on the right, Balogun on the left.
Yeah, give people a chance.
Just everyone that didn't play, show me what you got.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
Fair enough. Prediction, very quickly.
Who cares?
Did you do your prediction?
2-1 2-1.
That was basically, that bit was the who cares, and then you pulled it one out. Still who cares?
I don't know, man.
You haven't even asked me who to. I have no idea who to. Just someone.
Someone, yeah. There's going to be 3 goals in the game. One team's going to win.
Yeah.
We'll see who it is. Here's my starting 11 people. There's a lot of red crosses there. I've more or less picked a 6-a-side team. I've got Leno in goal. Why? Because Ryan's not long term, Runnelson's not long term, and right now we don't even know if Leno's long term. So I'd rather go with the guy that we've tried to go long term with, and let us know in the next 4 games whether his head's at the club or not.
I'm loving this stability, eh?
Yeah. Oh, listen. Centre backs, Gabriel Amari. No better time to see if they work than now. We know Holding is not the best. 5-year contract or not, he shouldn't be a starting centre-back moving forward at Arsenal. We know Louis shouldn't get a new contract this season, in my honest opinion. He's done at the club. See you later.
Pep did it as well, so.
Yeah, and Pep did it the other week, so, you know, he might pull that one out the bag, Arteta. And who else is there? Chambers, I'm done with. He hasn't had a bad season. He's actually come back and done pretty well, but I'm just tired of giving chances. So the right back position is empty for me. Here's as a youngster to put in there, put in a youngster. The left back position is empty because Lopez is not on the app. I'd put him in there, protect Kieran Tierney a bit. I just want him to be ready for next season, focus on rehab and making sure your problems are behind you, hopefully. This double pivot in the middle, 2 nice red crosses.
2? Both of them? You haven't got one?
I haven't got one. Partey let me down against Villarreal.
Yeah.
You know, he let me down. Partey has had an inconsistent season. Some of that is due to injury, but in that game, I feel like that was a game he could have stepped up in.
His fault or the manager's?
I don't think he had help around him.
He didn't.
Thank you.
But
He didn't have help around him, but at the same time, it's only Villarreal.
he made some terrible errors though on the ball.
Sometimes he was giving the ball away.
He looks too relaxed, like he thinks he's just naturally strong enough to hold people off. But you are, but you've got to use it.
Especially when 2-3 men are around you as well. It's not the easiest. So I've just left that open because I want Aziz in there as one.
Agreed.
And the other one, I actually don't care. Reece Nelson on the right, Odegaard as 10 because Odegaard's gone at the end of the season. We have very little, if any, chance to keep him next season, especially with no European football. And the left side, I've left empty, but in reality, Martinelli should just fit in there because I want to see some more from him. And Balogun up top, I'll send Saka on holiday, Emil Smith-Rowe on holiday. Martinelli, I would send as well, but because he hasn't had enough game time, I want to see some more from him.
He'll just be fancy.
Kieran Tierney? Send him on holiday as well?
Yeah, Tierney, work on, your issues. Build up whatever you need to build up. Try and prepare yourself in the best possible way for next season. But yeah, I just want to use these next few games to see some of the new blood.
Do you know what I'm going to do? In the comments and on the build-up, do a predicted 11. If you get it right for this game, I'll transfer you £10.
I think you can say 2 bills, mate, because I don't think anyone's going to get it right.
No one's going to get it right. I should have done that many a times, but I'm definitely going to do that, guys. I'm going to check the comments.
For every single person who gets it right, you're going to say.
Yeah, I'd send them £10. No one's going to listen, do you know how hard it is to predict what Arteta's going to go with on the best of times? And now, £10, I'll be on checking, and I'll do it on the build-up as well on our show.
But I'm not part of this.
There you go, people. There you go. Win yourselves a tenner. Try and predict what Arteta's going to do if he's still in a job by that game.
Yeah, put it in the comments, screenshot it, and then we'll see you on Sunday.
Yeah.
I'll send you the money.
And my prediction is 3-1 Arsenal. And why am I predicting 3-1 Arsenal? Because I just don't even know myself. I think we should beat West Brom. I think we should beat them with whoever we put out there. But I've said that many times this season and it hasn't gone that way.
Yeah, let me give a prediction actually. 6-0 Arsenal. I'd like to see that. That'd be a sick day.
The players will probably go on like they fucking haven't disappointed us the other day. If we was to go and smash West Brom, they'd be celebrating like nobody's business, imagine. But it is what it is. Any final thoughts, James? Cess?
No.
Come on, you Gunners.
Hey, we move.
Final thoughts, Kroenke out, Danielek in. We just got to keep on banging that drum, people. Last day of the season, big protest outside the Emirates. In or out of London, come down. Let's make a day of it. Let's make our voices heard again. No violence, no trespassing and all of that. But yeah, people, Kroenke out. That's what we got to bang on about. We've got 4 games left this season. A bit more content to put out for the rest of the season too. I know what I'm on. And speaking to these guys, I know what they're on. Speaking to Robbie, I know what he's on. And we're all on the same thing. Kroenke needs to get out of this club and the rest of the dominoes will fall after him. Hope you guys have enjoyed the warm-up. We've tried to keep it as entertaining as possible. Probably better than the game, if I'm honest with you, and we haven't even seen it yet. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you, James and Cess, for dragging us through. Love for the love, people. We're at. Take care.